I'm Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do my very first discussion post on this channel, and it is about a topic that I feel quite strongly about, and this is about age ratings and age restrictions in books. Now I know that this is probably an opinion that some of you might not share, but I thought it would be a very interesting topic to have a discussion about down in the comments. The reason I want to talk about this today is because I've had a couple of instances in the past couple of months where this has come up, and I felt myself, well, I didn't speak out to those people, but I felt myself reacting very strongly and really wanting to, but I just felt like at that time that it was not my place to step in, so I didn't say anything. But it made me realize how very strongly I feel about letting people read what they want to read. So yeah, let's have a chat. Now the first instance was this summer while I was in LA, and I was at the Last Bookshop. They also have a YA children's section, which is actually quite nice. And I was having a look around there when I saw this lady with her son, who was about, I think, 12 or 13. And they were talking to one of the employees about finding something for the boy to read. And they talked about how he'd read Rick Riordan and really enjoyed it, but he wanted something different, something a bit more realistic. And the mum was very adamant that she did not want any violence in the book for the boy. Now, I understand that some parents are quite concerned about what they let their children read. And the funny thing was, like, I think I got even more annoyed, not annoyed with her, but it just felt so ridiculous when the employee actually asked the boy what he wanted to read. The boy said, oh, something a bit like Call of Duty. And the boy was like, yeah, I've played it before, it's great. I want something like that in a book. And I was like, lady, you let your kid play Call of Duty, but he can't read about it in a book? It just seems so hypocritical. And in my opinion, reading about violence and about its emotional and physical repercussions is so much more constructive for a kid than playing a first-person shooter. Like, I have nothing against video games. Like, I love video games, and the boyfriend's a massive gamer. But as a child, I feel that, you know, there's so much more in the book than just the actual act of shooting. And I don't know, there was something about that really rubbed me the wrong way. And then just a couple of days ago, I was working and I was talking to this lady who really wanted her grandchildren to be allowed to read Harry Potter, but they're not allowed because there's magic in it, and I was like, okay. And she obviously felt very strongly about it, and she really wanted them to read it, basically because she was talking about the lessons that we learn in Harry Potter, about being brave, about being heroic, about thinking about somebody else than just yourself. And it is those kind of things that I find are so important in books, and it's those kind of messages that even if it's not the central theme, it will often like come up in literature for, you know, a young audience. Now I agree that a lot of these themes have to be dealt with quite delicately and they have to be responsibly written, but I feel that any YA and like younger audience, you know, targeted books do that really well these days. And I don't feel as if giving somebody a slightly older like YA book, even though they're like 13, would really like damage them or do any harm. So in that way, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but my brain just can't compute it that well. And because for me as a kid, I went to the library and I read whatever I wanted, and I would usually stay kind of within my age group because, you know, they had different shelves for the different age groups. But then now and then I would just go up one or two groups. And then once I was actually in the highest group, there was no YA section yet. Well, not back in Belgium. Once I got to that, you know, that oldest group and I was within that age group, I often just went to the adult book section. I just, you know, had a browse and just to see whether there was anything that would interest me. I mean, I read all the Virginia Andrews books that way because they were all classed as adult literature then. And I do feel that if you just let children go somewhere where they can, in a safe environment, explore those kind of themes, that is very beneficial for them. I think it also has to do with the fact that I was never really a violence kind of reader. That's not really what I like. I like action and I like adventure and I like those kind of things, but for me, I like them very much in a fantasy setting. So of course, it kind of depends on the genre, it depends on the writer, it depends on the kid, but I do feel that just saying no to certain themes in books is not the way to do it. I feel that if the kid is interested in those kind of stories, being there for them as a parent and guiding them through whatever emotional repercussions might, be presented in a book is way more valuable than just saying no, because I feel that that kid is now just gonna go play video games, try and find books with violence in them, and just read it behind the parents' back without having any of their support. And I think that is one of those things that is not helpful. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I don't know, there's something there that I feel is quite important to talk about. And I know there's a lot of responsibility as a parent, but I feel that a lot of authors and a lot of people in the industry are really responsible about these kind of themes, about how they handle them, how they are presented to a younger audience. And I feel that we have to trust them, because that is their job and that is what they should be doing. Maybe I'm naive in this kind of subject because of the way I read as a kid, but I do feel that with the digitization of our societies, children can get to so much more information these days on the internet than I could as a kid. So I feel that a lot of these things we're trying to protect them from, they have already encountered online or anywhere else. Do let me know what you think down below in the comments, because, I'm a childless 28-year-old, so I definitely don't have all the answers, but it would be grand to have a conversation with you guys. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye bye.